Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the brand new Big Finish audio for Doctor Who that dropped today, which is the first entry in the Ninth Doctor and Rose Tyler adventures, which is such a fantastic concept. Like, I really did love the dynamics between the Ninth Doctor and Rose. Like, Christopher Ecclestone and Billie Piper worked so well together during their time on Series 1, which is all the way back in 2005. And during their 13-episode run, they worked so well together. And yeah, I remember thinking at the time, and even up until recently, it was such a shame that they only had 13 episodes together, which, I mean, is miles ahead of what some companions get these days. But it just felt like I wanted more. And yes, Billie Piper did go on to share quite a few episodes as well with David Tennant, but there's something so magical about the way Billie and Chris work together. And when this was announced, I think it was like last year, I was like, oh, okay, because I have enjoyed a fair bit of the Christopher Ecclestone audios that he's done with Big Finish. I mean, it's such a miracle that he's kind of doing Doctor Who again, but in audio, because back in the day, Christopher Ecclestone didn't want anything to do with Doctor Who, but he's doing a lot of audio work and he really excels. But there was something missing in some of his solo stuff, and that element was Billie Piper. And yeah, going into this, and this first episode is called Snare, and I was like, oh, okay, are Big Finish going to be able to recapture that 2005 likeness of these characters? Because obviously the actors are both aged up. You know, it was 20 years ago. But they do. Like, this episode genuinely does feel like it's been pulled straight out of 2005. And there's a variety of reasons why I think that as well. Like, I'll be getting onto that. I've got some notes on the computer in front of me. But just, yeah, Chris and Billie, they still work really well. And you can kind of tell in the performances in this audio drama. Like, yeah, the way the characters bounce off each other, you can tell that they're having a lot of fun reading these scripts and replaying those characters. You know, they work just as well as they did whilst on TV, which was, yeah, like, I am so glad that I actually bought this CD, because you can get physical or download. But yeah, absolutely fantastic chemistry. Even after all these years, they work so well together. Even when they're doing Comic-Con panels together, you know, they've got such dynamic partnership, which just works really well on screen and off screen, and even in audio. But yeah, the audio really does strike the imagination as well, which is something I have got to give the Big Finish team a lot of props to, because some people do struggle to get into audio dramas. I mean, I used to, but then when I've started listening to Big Finish, especially their more recent stuff as well, and exploring that back catalogue, which spans well over 20 years, absolutely fantastic stuff from Big Finish. And I definitely would want to do more reviews for some of the older Big Finish stuff as well, if that's something you are interested on hearing on the channel as well, alongside all the other nerdy stuff. But yeah, Big Finish really excelled here with striking the imagination with the viewer, really building on the senses and stuff, and how the other characters are feeling as well. Like, the secondary characters, the side characters are pretty well written as well. We've got Kevin and Marlene, who are introduced in this episode, and they have very clear character arcs in a 50-minute story, and it works really well. Especially the character of Kevin as well, exploring the themes of grief and loss and stuff. It, again, absolutely fantastic storyline throughout this. But in terms of how it fits into the Series 1 story, the Series 1 story arc, it is set around, I think, just after Father's Day, so it does slot nicely in Series 1. Like, the vibes from the 2005 season are there, and yeah, it fits seemingly into the TV series, which, you know, is something that, you know, when you've got so many audio dramas with classic Doctors, it's hard to be like, okay, where in that Doctor tenure is it set? But with something like the Ninth Doctors, it fits seemingly into that, which I did struggle with some of the solo stuff that Chris did, but yeah, it's got that whole domestic feel of Series 1 as well, which is beautifully recaptured in this audio. You know, there's a focus on family, which, yeah, Series 1 had a lot of that in as well. But yeah, seeing hearing Jackie Tyler return, Camille Kadori does a fantastic job voicing Jackie Tyler. And yeah, I can't wait to hear October's next installment, which is centered around the Power State, which, yeah, this audio story is as well. and Jackie Tyler is just taking the centre stage, and I love it. Camille does such a good job. She always has done as Jackie Tyler, but yeah, she absolutely knocks it out of the park. But going back to how this audio fits into Series 1, obviously Series 1 had the Bad Wolf story arc. There are some references to Series 1, not just that story arc, but it all fits together, and it generally could have been a televised episode for people that thought so, because yeah, it just fits in so well indeed. And yeah, in terms of the actual episode, rounding it off, there's a little bit of a message about mental health in there as well. I won't dive too in depth with that because, you know, I don't want to give spoilers, but it does highlight the Ninth Doctor's alien characterization, because he didn't really like to mix with humans all that well. You know, he was still, well, he was probably one of the most alien out of the modern Doctors. And I think one thing that does strike me in this audio is that, yeah, his alien side does come out a massive amount during one scene where he's speaking to Kevin. And it shows that he doesn't have that sense of sympathy, and it does highlight that whilst the Doctor does hang around a lot on Earth and he has a lot of human friends, he still lacks that bit of humanity. But there is there's an emotional twist at the end which does kind of rectify that. But yeah, it does highlight the fact that the Ninth Doctor can be a bit of an ass sometimes. But overall, I did really enjoy this episode. It was such a good episode to bring back Rose and the Ninth Doctor after so many years, and without that risk of ruining what happened on TV, Christopher Ecclestone and Billie Piper fit seemingly back into their roles. I know Billie has done a lot of Big Finish with the Dimension Canon stuff and the 10th Doctor Adventures, and obviously Chris has been doing his solo stuff, but that chemistry is still there after all these years, and I'm so excited to hear more of this stuff moving forward. But if I was going to give this I guess a score, it would have to be a 10 out of 10. Like, it does fit into that perfect, for me anyway, that perfect Series 1 range of episodes. Even with the audio format, it just feels, yeah, like Series 1, like a natural expansion to what we got with Series 1 in that 13 episode run. This is essentially like a 14th Doctor, not 14th Doctor, a 14th episode, essentially, or like a secret episode or something. It works so good, and I can't wait to see what happens next, or hear what happens next, should I say. Still getting used to all this audio stuff, but yeah, I absolutely can't wait to see what happens next. But yeah, shout out to the writers at Big Finish. They really did such a good job at highlighting such a really, really golden age era of Doctor Who, and kind of bringing it into a new medium without, risking ruining any of it. And I can't wait to hear more. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you have listened to this Big Finish audio product, or are you planning on picking it up. Let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for all the support as always, and goodbye for now.